What's up, everyone, and welcome back to some Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and it is here, teased this weekend, and actually I think a little bit before that. Cell is now available on Global, two different supers, as you can see right here. He has a attack, all attack. Don't know how good that is yet. I'm trying to look into it a little bit, but it might be a decent unit for a World Tournament. And also the Gohan Rebirth is going to be in this as well. That's just a couple of the cards. Those are the two cards. I believe that Gohan awakens through the Dokkan event, I believe. Don't quote me on it. I think it's 35 medals, but no celebration to go along with it this time. They just brought back a bunch of these other events of cards that came with it. Shadow Dragons, because Omega Shenron, blah, 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 blah. All these cards, basically spoiling what's in the banner, and Resurrection F is not related to Cell at all. But it is a Dokkan festival, and I apologize again for still not having the Fusion Zamasu video out, but as you may have already noticed, no, I don't have the right team on. Well, actually, I can show you right here. I did a multi, and I pulled this guy, and it was going to be my last-ditch effort on the banner, and I ended up working out for me as I pulled the Trunks, was really, really hoping to get him in this last multi that I did, and it ended up working out. I got him. I also got another Fusion Zamasu dupe, so it worked out pretty well, and that event guide should be out in the coming days. I don't have an exact timeline yet, but there's a couple other snags that I hit too that I'll talk about in that video before I work on the Cell video that I'm going to have to do after that. But anyway, let's take a look at this banner. See if it's any good. Should you summon on it? Should you not summon on it? What's good, what's not? And right off the bat, you can see a lot of the featured characters right there. Pretty good. Pretty good characters. But let's go a little bit deeper into it and analyze this one. So obviously the Cell is the really good featured card out of this. And this card's actually pretty good. And it's still pretty good, even in the meta in JP. It boosts its attack by 100%, I believe, when a Dokkan awakens. It has this Solar Kamehameha, which is pretty decent. It causes immense damage. I don't know if that goes up when you Dokkan awaken it. And it also raises attack and defense for, I believe, himself. I don't think it's all allies. And I don't know if that changes to greatly raises or just stays at normal raises. Number 2, Omega Shenron. Great card. God Lead for strength. Great tanker, really. He's really good at taking damage. He boosts his own attack and also lowers the attack and I believe the defense when you Dokkan awaken him. I'm not 100% sure. This is a unit I actually don't have, and I was thinking about summoning myself on this to try and get a couple of these cards because I don't have them, and Goku's coming really soon and these cards help, and I did not turn on Do Not Disturb, so that's going to happen not very often, but right there it did. Anyway, it boosts on attack. All enemies' attack is lowered, and also his super attack lowers defense. Very good card. One of the 5 best cards in Global right now, obviously. Or 7 now, because there's 7 God Leads. Number 3 card is going to be Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, the tank for strength types. I believe he reduces damage by 70% when you Dokkan awaken him in his first 7 turns, but it might be 80%. I'm not entirely certain on that. The tank for strength teams, good chance to stun. I think it's high. I think that's 50%. I'm not entirely sure. And it is Supreme. I don't think that raises when you Dokkan awaken him. I don't know a lot about some of these cards, actually. I'm trying to get a little bit more familiar with some more units. But this is the guy that you're really going to be wanting to go for if you decide to do summon on this banner. Gogeta. Raises attack by 7,000 when he's Dokkan awakened, and he always has a positive multiplier. What I mean by that is he's never at a type disadvantage. Obviously, when he gets attacked, he is. He also has an immense modifier on his super attack. Leader skill, all types keep +3 and attack 3,000 when he Dokkan awakens. Not very good anymore, but still viable, I suppose. Not really, but if you don't have a good God Lead card, then he suffices because he gives you something other than just key raise. Great card. Great card. Nothing else to really say about that. Anyway, we'll move on. Red Broly, or normal Broly, strength Broly, not LR. Strength type key +3 and attack +3,000 when he Dokkan awakens. This is one of the cards that is going to be available soon for free, basically. What's going to happen is, if they do this in global version of the game, they're going to give you a redstone. You can pick between this guy, a Cell, Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I'm missing one. Oh, Full Power Frieza. And these are the same. These are the original quote-unquote God Leads. And my phone locked because I have low power mode on, so that didn't want that to happen, but whatever. So they were the original kind of godlies before we got the plus 70% guys. And this card's still pretty good for World Tournament, but not a whole lot of use outside of that. Causes colossal or mass damage to all enemies. Mass damage to all enemies when you Dokkan Awaken him, but unfortunately doesn't have a Key Link skill. Wouldn't mind having this unit still. I don't think I have any of these units that are in this. I don't believe so. No, I'm missing every single one of these. So that's why I was thinking about summoning on this. And now we're going to kind of get into the weaker things. This is the other cell I was just talking about, the original God Lead, because Tech Type Key +3 and Attack +3000 when you Dokkan Awaken him. I believe his attack and defense is raised by 10%, and now it's currently 7 for every Key Sphere obtained. He's a nuker. Also helps with defense, which is solid, but nukers are pretty outdated and still causes Supreme damage. This Gohan, not Dokkan exclusive, the first thing I noticed about this Gohan, so that's interesting. And when he Dokkan Awakens, he gains an immense damage multiplier, and he gives himself attack +70% at the start of turn. So this guy got an amazing Dokkan Awakening. Very good. I believe he also gives himself +3 Key as well. So this card's really good. Sin Shenron, not the worst card. He's like a baby Omega Shenron, just doesn't do as much damage and isn't a God Lead. It's basically the same other than that. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, great card damage wise. Doesn't have a Key Link. That's the real problem with him. And his passive, I believe, it's just attack +70% when you Dokkan Awaken him. His all types Key +3. Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, passive skill attack +70% when facing 3 or less enemies. So that's pretty much always going to come in handy. The only time it won't is World Tournament. This is the weaker of the 2 GT Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, but is still a pretty good card. The other card is just better because he's going to pair with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku better when that comes out, and he is a good support card. Supreme damage modifier. I don't think this card got a Dokkan Awakening either. I don't believe anyway. And then this is Imperfect Cell. Attack and defense +25% at the start of turn is not the greatest. I think that's +30 when he Dokkan Awakens. It might be +33 though. And then SR Cell at the end. So the real question on this is, should you summon if you're a free-to-play player, or if you're not a free-to-play player even? And my suggestion would be no. If you are a free-to-play player, if you're going to spend money, go ahead. This is an amazing banner. Lots of good strength cards. If you really want to gear up for the Janemba and the Super Saiyan 4 Goku that we're eventually going to get, then by all means, summon on this banner if you're going to spend money. But if you're a free-to-play player, this is definitely something you're going to want to skip. Or at least not spend a whole lot on. Maybe do like a multi or 30 stones worth or so. Because you can get a pretty good card, but these cards come back. I don't know what the Cell's in, actually. But I actually think he's in Janemba eventually. But Cell's coming back. Omega Shenron will definitely be back. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is back. Comes back later. Gogeta's in the Super Saiyan 4 banner. He's in the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku banner. I couldn't remember it. This card isn't great. It's okay, but who cares? It's not even the best strength Broly anymore. This Tech Perfect Cell is not great. This Gohan isn't even Dokkan Fest exclusive, so you could get him from like the Rising Dragon Carnival or any future summoning event because he's going to be back in it now. Sin Shenron, not great. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, okay card, but still nothing special. Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku is okay. This Intelligent Perfect Cell is really not. So you could get some good cards in this, but they're all going to be back. This would not be anything I would prioritize if I was you and you were trying to smartly spend your stones. So that's it. That's my conclusion. Should you summon if you're a free-to-play player? No. That does it for the Cell banner. I'm going to be doing summons on this probably tomorrow, maybe Friday. Don't know yet. But that was going to do it for this banner analysis video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. And stay tuned for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.